What up, champions? Bar is, as always, a mess, and I forgot to turn the HUD around. And do I like this angle? Sure. Am I too high? My frame is right here. I don't think I'm fine. Okay, as I say, as always, the bar is a mess. I have this terrible habit that if I tell myself I need to like do a couple of things before I start filming, I end up just freezing and standing still. So just like start the camera and then work will happen. And when I say work, I mean drinking. And when I say drinking, I mean standing here debating, do I want to move these bottles just so I can put one bottle back. Now today, the goal is to work with an infusion of my own. This is roasted lemon and clove gin. Originally it was going to be burnt lemon and rosemary, because I assumed we had rosemary. We did not. I learned that partway through the process. So I was just like, yeah, what do we got? Cloves. Cloves and roasted lemons go together. Perfect. Now, it smells fantastic. A little bit like a holistic cleaning product, but yes, it smells fantastic. It tastes, however, strong. Like, it is extremely tangy and tart and powerful. Even then, it's still really good. It's just weird. It's, like I said, it's still really tangy. It's like a lemon cough drop. It really is. There's a long, slow evolution to it. Yeah, it's become a neat thing. Now, uncustomarily, I already did some experimentation with this the day that I made it, and I found the foundation of a thing that works. So I'll walk you through that, and then we'll get into the sincere experimentation. What I found before, automatically, was that an ounce of this, by the way, made with Park gin, as all of my gin infusions are. Because I love Park and I love the city of Banff. And I love reminiscing. The reason I couldn't find what I was looking for under there is that what I'm looking for is here. The almost never used AGWA. I'm always looking for things that work with AGWA, and I always show the original bottle every time I mention it. It's this disgusting shit. I'm always looking for things that might work with it, because it's such a difficult thing to work with. And it occurred to me that I can't describe what AGWA tastes like. It's medicine-y and minty. It smells like a hospital, but not a perfectly clean one. Anyway, something told me that it would jive with lemon and clove, and I was right. So this unto itself, I'm going to add one more ingredient in a second. Just a 50-50 here. I found to be really good, and I'll just confirm that and at some point stop scratching my eye. Yeah, I find that combination to be more enjoyable than drinking just the lemon gin. It needs a shorter name than lemon and clove and agua. Like, drinking those straight is less enjoyable than this. I also imagine just shaking this over ice would also improve it ever so slightly, but I find this to be a really good drink. And what I did the other night was, I don't need to do this really. I'll throw it directly in there. I thought, I was just really inspired, I guess. I had the muse, and I thought some absinthe would be a good addition to this. I put in a full ounce, and we kind of agreed that that was a bit too much, so that would be a half, that was close to 3/4. And what we have here is a cocktail that I like, but doesn't feel like much. But is really good. And the thing is, it also doesn't need the absinthe. Like, because, you know, even that amount of absinthe kind of took it over. And still, I always aim too high. I'm disappointed with 3-ingredient cocktails that aren't interesting. Like, you know, who's to say that I invented that? I just kind of poured some shit together. Whereas, you know, the things I'm proud of, like the Devil's Plunder and the Witch's Gingerbread House, no one's going to accidentally make those. I made those, I put in the work. So what else might I add to this? Let's start just flipping through the fucking basics. I haven't put Galliano in anything in a long time. I'm thinking maybe it wouldn't hurt in this. It's now a suspicious oily green liquid. And I like that. I don't know how else it's going to show up, but yes, it's a suspicious oily green liquid. Which should be a fun name for a cocktail. I like that, actually. I feel like the Galliano brought the lemon back out. Like the absinthe doesn't take over anymore and the other things are present. So then the other thing, because I wanted to do something with all this ice, I put extra ice in the shaker because I had the intention of making multiple cocktails and blah blah blah. I also want to try this with Strega and see what happens, because cloves and Strega should work together, and it should come as no surprise that like we're halfway done this Strega. Even though I mean, we're halfway done the Strega because I worked so hard on coming up with the Witch's Gingerbread House. So I, you know, whipped up 10 different things with it, none of which I liked. Then I made the Witch's Gingerbread House, drank 2 of those, and that's that. So hard to say that I got actual benefit and use out of Strega, but I mean, considering it's in one of my favorite signature cocktails now, the Witch's Gingerbread House, I have to stock it when we run out. So, but I was thinking, let's just do another 50-50 with my newly beloved Strega. Respected. I can't say that I love Strega, but as I've said, it's so good to work with difficult ingredients, because you can be proud of the thing you come up with. Whereas otherwise, like, it takes more effort to fuck up a martini than to actually make a good one. Like, this is fun. It's a good way to pass the time. So, 50-50 mix, Strega, Lemon Clove Gin. Useless signature move that I do at the end of every shake. smells suspicious. Crosses the first bar in that I prefer drinking this to drinking either of these straight. So we're not making the situation worse. Let me have a sip of coffee over here. Again, Galliano is probably a good choice in this. It's good, it's tangy, and it doesn't taste like the sum of its parts. I couldn't begin to tell you what's in that other than there's clearly like an anise, because that shit just gets into your pores. And this, 50-50, lemon and clove, and Strega. I think you'd have to like Strega to enjoy that, because the Strega is coming through that. It's another one that actually I think would taste really good warm. As soon as I made this, I was like, I just want to, put an ounce in hot water. I mean, it's roasted lemon and clove. It's basically like the marinade for a cooked salmon. It would be fantastic in a tea. Now I wish I had a third idea, and I wish we had a third glass that matched these, which are out of the bottom of the frame, but they're in tiki holders anyways. Okay, here's gonna be a nice challenging idea, and I'll put it in a new glass in case I want to make a bunch of additions and try and fix it. I've been using the Rooster Arroyo excellent white tequila that we got in places in everything. Because as I say a million times on the channel, I want to give every cocktail its best chance, so I like to use the best ingredients. And then if it is good, then I say I'm going to try it again with lesser stuff to see if it's a waste of a good beverage, or a waste of a good liquor, if something cheaper or less good will do the same work. And just throw in an ounce of gold tequila. And lemon clove gin together. I mean, anyone who looks through the history of the channel, because I know no one watches the channel, but anyone who looks through the history of the channel will see back in the previous years, all the alcohol videos at first were all infusion videos. I love making infusions. It was actually, I thought it was so much more interesting than making a cocktail, because you have to make cocktails over and over and over again. Whereas if you just infuse something and make a delicious bottle, you just drink that. So I realize now that combining the two is a little tough, because no one's going to have this on hand, and if they did, it wouldn't. If they made their own, it still wouldn't taste exactly like that, because of just varying variables. Yeah, varying variables. Band name. So let's see if clove and tequila go together. Obviously, the answer is no. Don't do this. Then the follow-up question becomes, what do you do? Shoot the hostage. This is really hot. This is really spicy. see if we can play that up for a minute with maybe my latest go-to grapefruit bitters. Now grapefruit bitters is all it is. I don't know how this thing is so powerful. Haven't used maraschino in a long time. Got a bad feeling this isn't a good combo. Did I say? I don't know. By drinking every day, drinks now hit me fast and hard, no matter what. Okay. Gold tequila, clove lemon gin. Too much grapefruit bitters and maraschino. It's horrid. I think this is gonna have to get dealt with in the traditional cocktail way. What I was gonna do, and I'll cut out all the walking back and forth, I was gonna put in simple syrup and lemon or lime. Then I decided I'll cop out even more and just use a fucking fruit juice. This is pineapple mango. Why I say it's a cop out, and I know I'm such a fucking unbearable hipster, is if you put citrus and sugar and ice and anything in a cocktail shaker, shake it up and pour it out, more often than not, you've got a cocktail. And hold that head. You've got a cocktail and it's okay. And I just think like it's such a simple formula that there's just no pride in using it. Could be the right solution in this moment. Because like I said, that drink was hot and spicy. It was fragrant, it was complex, it was rich, but it was so tangy, and it needed mellowing out and cooling down to find balance. So if you put just a nice sweet juice in there, shake it over ice. Yeah, you could drink that all day because it tastes like pineapple mango juice. So, this drink, number one, lemon and clove, AGWA, and then half as much Absinthe, and then Galliano. And it was just a dash of Galliano. And it's good. I could still drink that all day, no problem. Very cold, by the way. This Strega and lemon clove and maraschino. Put anything else in this? Good if you're accustomed to Strega. Recent past, I've been making drinks and getting excited to show them to my friends, as I have, one person over per week, and everyone's in isolation. And I make things that I know are going to be near universally palatable. Again, as I always mention, rave reviews from everyone on the Devil's Plunder. I haven't had anyone say they don't like it. What'll happen is I work more and more on my own and become preoccupied with being more interesting and more explorative is that I'll make things that no one likes. And eventually these will be my Negronis, where, you know, I say I like them because I made them, but no one actually fucking likes Negronis. Anyway, that's today's experimentation video with the clove and lemon and clove sounds better, lemon and clove gin. It works well with AGWA and Absinthe, therefore it would also work well with Coco Lero, I'm sure. It works well with Strega, still kind of missing something, a sweetener, a mellower, and you can put anything you fucking want in juice. I'll end this with my signature catchphrase, asking Liv for her signature catchphrase. Liv? Does that work?